So yesterday we have seen the dependence injection with both constructor and setter method. Right? Okay, you're not able to chart, right? I think you are not able to chart, right? I called admin. They are not picking up. Okay. Okay. Now, so we have seen like setter injection, constructor injection, and how we have done setter injection, constructor injection. Yeah. Now you can chart now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, in the constructor injection, what we are doing, we are referring constructor argument name, right? And if I show this error, I think it will error, right? Because this name is DEPT, but in employee it is department, right? So the name is changed. Okay, so yeah, can you send the Google Classroom link? Sorry, I missed that. Google Classroom link, can you paste here? Yeah. All right. So whatever we have seen here, okay, whatever we have seen here, this is your property name. This is your setter injection. This is your setter injection, setter method injection. And whatever you are doing here, constructor. So this is your constructor argument injection. Okay. Now, so what we will do is now, I'll just rename this project constructor injection. So I'll rename this project setter method injection. Okay, so whatever we have seen here, okay, this is a constructor injection where you'll have constructor arg. This one, this will be department. Okay. So this name, whatever this name, should match with this. Okay. Now, and in setter method injection, if you see, whatever this property name should match with this, either this or this, right? This property. So this I'll copy. So setter method argument, not here, sir. So this should match. So I'll write here. Property name should match with setter method argument. Okay. Of setter department method. Should match with argument of set department method. Should match with argument of set method of employee class. Similarly, and the ref value should match with any of the bean ID in this example. Okay, this should match with this. Then if that match is found, then this bean gets injected. So if match is found, then the corresponding bean gets injected in set department method of employee class. Okay, everyone understood, right? So this ref value should match with any of the P9. So if there is no match found, so an exception will come. Okay. Now, similarly here also, constructor argument name of employee class constructor argument name should match with constructor argument name of with the argument name of employee constructor. That means this should match with the name of employee constructor. Okay. All right. So whatever we have done till now, okay, so whatever we have done till now is setter injection, constructor injection, where we define this in XML. So for setter injection, we define using property name. For constructor injection, we defined using constructor org name. So this type of injection is called manual wiring or manual injection. Okay. So where for setter method, we are defining using property name. For constructor injection, we are defining using constructor. So this type of injection is called manual wiring or manual injection. So there is one more type which is called auto wiring. This is a very, very important interview question. Auto wiring in XML. How we will do in auto wiring in Excel? What are auto wiring defining in Excel? Whatever we are defining, property name, constructor argument name. So this is your manual wiring. Now, whatever we are going to see is auto wiring. How we'll define auto wiring in XML? So there are three types actually: by name, by type, and then constructor. So these are the three different auto wirings, and I'll tell you. Okay. So if you see here, See, manual wiring, whatever we have seen till now, injecting one object to the other object, will specify what objects to be injected to the other object in form of property or constructor argument. Auto wiring means auto wiring will solve all the manual dependencies specified in the configuration and makes the configuration simple. Okay. I'll tell you one. Okay. Now you see. Now what I'll do is, I'll explain you all this. Okay. Now I'll say like this. Let me create one project now. Again, click on next. Select quick start. Next is Spring Core demo. By name auto wiring. Okay, I'll just take this dot, click on finish. Okay. So what I'll do is here, I'll take the same classes, employee and department. Okay. First we'll see setter method. Okay. So I think I'll just copy this employee. Later we'll come to constructor. First I'll see setter method. That means set department and get department. The same thing. Now I'll just add this this in the pom.xml, this also. Okay. And next, what I'll do is I'll just copy the XML file also. New folder, resources. So here what I'll do is, whatever I'm doing is a manual wiring. I'm taking I'm injecting this bean into this property. I'm specific. That means Spring is injecting. For that, I'm defining like this. But in auto wiring, we'll remove all this. We don't need this. I'll just say auto wire equal to by name. That's all. Just define like this. Okay. Now you know what it will do. I'll tell you what it will do. So now take this XML file. Take this XML file and take this employee class. Next, take this department class. Now you know first, okay, when your application context is getting created, okay, that means this is the code, right? I did not write that code, but this is the code. So that means when the application context is getting created by reading this XML, it will read bean by bean. So first it will read bean by bean, line by line. So it will read so line by line of XML. Okay, application context will read. Okay, this already I told you. So first, it will take the bean ID, employee, and in your JVM heap memory, Okay. So you'll have an employee bean created. Okay. Next, it will create the bean department. Now when it sees this auto wire equal to by name. So when it sees, when application context sees this, now auto wire by name, what it will do, you know? Auto wire equal to by name, what it will do, you know? Your Spring container or application context a Spring container or application context will look for, okay, will look for the property name in the employee class, okay. What is the property name in your employee class? Where it is dependent? This is a string, right? This is a string, this is a string, this is a string. It department, this is of type department object. So it will look for the property name in the employee class, okay, where this property is dependent on other object. Where this property, this is the property, okay, this is the property. So where this property is dependent, see, this is a string, this is a string. These are not dependent on other objects because these are simple strings. But this property is dependent on this object, right? Okay, so Spring Container application will look for the property name in the employee class where this property is dependent on the other object. Okay, then what it will do? Then it will match any bean ID in the XML with the property name. So what is the property name of this? This. So this is the property name. Is there any bean ID with this property name? Is there any bean ID with this property name in this XML file? Just see. Is there any bean ID? Is there any bean ID with this property name, department. Yes, right? Yes. Right? Yes. Is there any bean under this property name department? Yes, there is. Now, if the matching bean is found, then what will happen? Automatically this bean, which is this department, okay? So if the matching bean is found, if matching bean is found with the ID, then the bean is injected automatically to the department property, of employee class through setter method. That means it will look. So that means it will look for this property name, because whenever we say auto var equal to by name, it will look for this property name matching with any of the bean ID here. Yes, this is matching. So these objects get injected into this class. See here, like in other program, if you see here, in other program, we have put explicitly property name like this. Explicitly we defined like this. Okay. So that is why this is called manual wiring. But in this auto wiring, we did not define. We just defined auto wire equal to by name. That's all. Automatically, it will inject how many properties are there. See, I'll tell you once what is the advantage of this. Now, for example, I have an employee class like this, right? Now I'll have one more property like this. Private organization. So employee belongs to department, employee belongs to an organization. So let me create one organization class here. Okay. So this is an organization, right? Okay, I'll just write here private string organization name. Okay. Okay, I'll just have this property, that's all. Okay, for now, for simplicity. Now in my app context.xml, I'll define one more bean with organization. And this will be organization. This will be organization. Okay. Now you see here, what will happen is here. Now take this bean, take this XML, and take this employee class. Okay. And take this, that's all. Now, what will happen is now, first bean ID employee is created. Employee. Next is a department is created. Next is organization is created. Right? Now, when it sees auto wire equal to by name, so what will happen now? Now, in this employee class, which properties are dependent on the other objects? These are strings. Fine. These are not dependent. Now this is so this is dependent on this object, and organization also dependent on this object. So now what it will do now? Now auto by name, what it will do? By name will look for bean IDs, in the XML matching with the property names of employee class. Okay, property names of employee class. So what are the, okay, now what are the property names of employee class? Department and organization. First here, is there any bean ID with is there any bean ID with the department? Is there any bean ID with the department? Okay, is there any bean ID with the department defined in XML? Yes. So this, for this property, this bean ID is there. So that means automatically this bean gets injected into the setter method. So it will call the setter method of this. Okay, that means the department gets injected here. Similarly, for this also, is there any bean ID with the organization defined in XML? Yes, right? So that means this property name should match with this. Yes, so this property name, yes, there is a bean ID defined. So now this object now gets injected here. How? So through setter method. So that means with auto by name, how many beans are there matching with that with the property with that bean ID? All the beans automatically will get injected. But if you do manual, how you have to do? If it's a manual, you have to do like this. So I'll say bean ID equal to employee class is equal to com dot spring core demo 2 dot employee next auto wire equal to by name. Similarly, sorry, not auto wire, sorry. Auto wire will remove, right? So we'll say property name equal to department, ref equal to department, next property name is equal to organization, here I'll say organization, and here I'll say bean. Then I'll take this I'll take this. So now what will happen now? Now this is your manual way. Now for this property name department of employee class, now it will take this ref with this bean ID and gets injected. Similarly for organization of this project, will take this ref ID and gets injected. Now, like that, how many properties are there? You have to specify all that. Here we have only 2. But in auto wire, now see this XML length will get increased. The lines of code increase. You have to write all this. But with auto wire, automatically whichever the property names are matching with the bean IDs, they get injected. Yes. So in this auto by setter set will implicitly come. Yeah, package name should be changed. Okay, I did not change the package name. I'll change that. Yeah. So this is what auto by name. Suppose if there is no auto you have to inject manually. I mean, you have to write like this. You have to write like this. Suppose if there are 10 properties, means you have to write 10 properties like this. But with auto by name, you don't need to write. Automatically look for this name. That means this one, these names, this one and this one, and match with the corresponding bean IDs and inject those objects. Everyone clear with auto by name? Suppose if you have to go with manual means you have to write like this multiple times. Okay. Everyone clear? Right. So shall we see the example? Okay, I think here I have to change the package, right? Okay, here I'll just select this. Now, delete this. Now I'll just copy paste this. So now what will happen is, if I run this program, you are not getting an error. Okay, it is created. Now suppose if I change this to DEP, you'll get error or not? Suppose if I have like this. Suppose you are like this. Now what it will do now? So for this employee class, what are the properties? Department and so now auto by name, what it will do? The property names of employee class should match with bean IDs. So what are the property names of employee class? What are the property names of employee class? Okay, these are strings. Okay, we can ignore this. Only these two we have to take. Department and organization. So property names of employee class. Department, organization. Now these two property names should match with the bean IDs. Is there any bean ID with this department? Is in this XML? No. There is a bean ID with DEPT, but not with department. Okay. Is there any bean ID with organization? Yes, this is matching. But there is no bean ID with DEPT. Right? So shall we run this and see what is error we'll get? You do not get anything. No error. Okay, no error. See, that is what I showed you. So I'll tell you why. So I'll say context dot get bean of employee dot class then Then I'll say department DEPT is equal to context.get bean of DEPT. DEPT, right? So this is created with DEPTs. This ID we have to give here. And then I'll say department.class. And then I'll say organization. I'll say context.get the bean of organization. Then I'll say organization dot class. Now I'll say system.out.println. Here I'll say emp.get department. Okay. Then I'll say system.out.println emp.get organization. Right? And you have to generate setters and getters. Now suppose if I run this program, now you see emp.get department, I got null. You will not get any exception, but this object will not be injected. That is what. So the property names of employee and this department, there is no bean. There is no bean ID with the department. So no object gets injected in employee in department property of employee class. There is no bean ID with the department, so no object gets injected in department property of employee class. Hence, employee.get department I get a department is null. The default value is null, right? Suppose if no object gets injected into this property, by default this is a null value, right? So that's why I got null. So here in auto by name, you will not see any error, but you will see null value. And the next one you got organization. Yes, organization got injected. Okay, organization, because there is a bean ID with organization already. So this gets injected. But for DEPT, the property name is department, but here the bean ID is DEPT. So there is no match. So okay, that is a feature of auto by name. Everyone understood? This part till this part? Right? Fine. What is the need of injecting object? Oh, I think I was telling this from last week. I mean, last class, right? What is the need means association, right? Employee has a department. Employee has an organization. What is the need means we have to set up the association, right? This association is important, right? This association is important. Employee has a department. Employee has an organization. So suppose if the bean ID is defined as DEPT, the property name is department. So there is no bean with this department. So employee, no bean gets injected. So thereby employee.get department is null. Okay, any doubts till now? Okay, today I'll stop here. Okay, I'll go a bit slow. I'll upload all these materials. Okay, I'll upload all these materials. Yeah. Okay, I'll take one more use case and then I'll stop here. Okay, I'll take one more use case. Okay, so now I have private department, DE department. Suppose this employee belongs to two departments, for example. Let us think. So this employee belongs to two departments. Okay. So one employee is working in two departments. Okay. He's doing half work in one department and half work in another department. So I'll just say department one. So just generate setters and getters. All right. In my app context.xml, you have to create one more bean with the department one. Now what will happen now? Now this is my employee class. Now what auto verify name will do? Auto verify name, what it will do? It will look for the properties. What are the properties? You ignore these strings. Okay, strings are not. So it will look for the properties. I think one more property is also there, right? Organization. Now to look for the properties. These property names should match with the bean IDs defined in the XML. Now, is there any bean ID with the department? Yes, this is matching. Okay, then this gets injected into the setter method of this. Setter method. Next, is there any method with this department one? Yes, there is. I mean, is there any property? Is there any bean ID with this? Is there any bean ID with the department one? Yes, there is a bean ID here. Now, so this gets injected here. Okay. Suppose if there is no matching ID, sorry, if there is no matching see this department one and say this bean ID is not department one, it is DEPT one, for example. Then what will happen? This will be null, but this will be having value. Okay. So ID is like your reference variable. Everyone understood, right? So now these property names should match with the bean IDs in the XML. If any of the property name is not matching, it will not throw error, but it will give null value. whenever you call the getter method, you will get null value. Okay, this is another use case. Okay, so any doubts till now? So I'll stop here. So tomorrow we will see. Yeah, I'll upload definitely. I will upload the notes. Okay, I'll upload the notes. All right then. See you on Monday. Tomorrow there is no class. Okay, tomorrow there is no class. Okay. So today I'm taking 1 hour. Daily I'm taking nearly 1 hour 20 minutes, right? 1 hour 20, 1 hour 25 minutes, right? So today only I'm taking 1 hour. Like since this is a Saturday, right? But daily I'm taking around 1 hour, nearly 1 hour 20, 1 hour 25 minutes. Okay, I'll upload all this. Okay. No, for me it will not be visible because I have other classes and work also. Okay. All right then. So thank you all. See you on Monday. Okay, Monday we will see. Okay then. Thank you all.